Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. I'm Jack Nolan. Joining us now on the Notre Dame video hotline is a former #1 draft pick of the Buffalo Bills and Notre Dame standout Greg Bell. Greg was selected to play in the 1985 NFL Pro Bowl and rushed for more than 5,000 yards in 7 seasons in the NFL. Twice he led the NFL in touchdowns and scoring by a non-kicker. Off the field, Greg has been an ambassador for the community. In 1985, he was named New York State's spokesman for their Athletes Against Drunk Driving program, and he currently leads his own foundation, Athletes for Life, which caters to at-risk and low-income children. Greg, welcome to Notre Dame Day.
Hey, Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Now, before we talk about what you're up to now, let's back up to your days in the blue and gold. I remember you as such an explosive athlete. And what I think people forget when I look at the all-time leaders, you're not there because of the injury bug, especially your senior year. That sprained ankle in that third game against Miami basically wiped out the rest of the year.
Jack, I wish it was just a sprained ankle, but you remember my junior year, I actually completely destroyed the ankle and it was reconstructed. And those were defining moments in my life. And a lot of times people ask, a lot of questions in regards to Notre Dame and why I didn't have this career or that career. Sometimes the difference in a career is really whether you're able to stay healthy.
And you proved that because you went on to the NFL and had an outstanding career. I mean, the average tenure for a running back in the NFL is only 4 seasons.
Right, 4 seasons short. And I think that's probably one of the most important reasons why, choosing Notre Dame was a great place for me, because I knew when I got there I had to get an academic prowess about myself and study and be prepared for life after football, because I think any person who goes into football in the National Football League, you generally know that after about 4 or 5 years, the decline is going to start. And then what are you going to do with the rest of your life?
Why did you choose Notre Dame? Is that why?
Well, that was one of the reasons. I think a lot of it goes to divine, being a son of a minister and knowing some of the things. I put a lot of faith and prayer into making that decision, because my parents actually told me it was going to be my decision and my decision alone. And I knew that they had an interest in it, but I actually signed a letter of intent to go to Florida State. And the day before, it was time to make that national letter, I changed my mind because something told me that the right place for me to be was going to Notre Dame.
Tell us about the very special relationship that you formed off the field while you were at Notre Dame.
Well, I mean, South Bend is a community that is really a part of Notre Dame. And even though Notre Dame's starting to gobble up a little bit of South Bend, I had an opportunity to meet a young lady named Shelley who introduced me to a doctor and Carol Creaser on my years in South Bend. And they had a very, very dear and special young lady by the name of Elizabeth Creaser, who by the time I had met her, she'd become a quadriplegic. And I used to go over their house Monday evenings, and believe it or not, I used to read the Smurf books to her. And long and behold, I thought about that as my career went on, and I became a mentor. That's something I took pride in, and I think that's another part of being part of the Notre Dame family, helping others. I became a mentor probably at the age of 18, just spending time with Lizzie. And she has since passed, and the Creasers have since moved into the North Peninsula. But that was a very special relation for me, and I think about them often.
Greg, we're running out of time, but I don't want to wrap this up without giving you a chance to talk about your organization, Athletes for Life.
We've been at this for 25 years. I tell people all the time I've been a mentor for 35 years. That's really what Athletes for Life is about, helping others and helping kids here in Southern California. I was fortunate just recently to finish writing my first book about all the things that we've done. It's called Athletic Wisdom for Students. And that book really talks about just the things that we've done with these kids, helping them go to the next level. And for us, that next level is going to college and getting a college degree and going on and being a productive citizen in society.
Greg, we're about the same age, but it's always meant a lot to me that whenever you come back to campus, you always have a smile. You always go out of your way to come over and say hello. We wish you continued good luck in everything you do.
I appreciate it, Jack. Take care.
Thanks for coming on, Greg.